Okay, so before any roasting session, there's a few things you need to do. One of them is get rid of all the chaff from the previous roast. So now that the roaster is cooled down, there's three places it's collected. The first one is underneath the drum. The drum doesn't sit perfectly flush against this faceplate; it just can't, otherwise it'd rub. So even though it's a really small gap, there'll still be chaff that leaks out. So there's a drawer here that collects it, and it generally collects it towards the corner here. So all it's going to take is you wrapping this in the garbage. You can get a brush in there if you want. Either way is fine. Slide that back in. The next is under the cooling tray. If you have a stock cooling tray, and not the one with the spinning arm, there's going to be a screen that collects chaff as well. This is from a few roasts. I haven't emptied it out, but it's important to get rid of this so the fan can draw as much air as it can through the beans when you're cooling. Same thing, just gently tip this over the garbage. I'm going to wrap that from the back there. This one's probably better to maybe hit with a shop vac or with a brush. I actually generally shop vac this one because they stick in the screen a little bit. But a brush works fine too. The last one is the cyclone here, which is the most important. On the newer roasters, there's going to be a trap door here that opens up, and probably it will be easiest just to put the trash under that and then sweep it out. On the older version, it unscrews. So this is all the chaff from the last few roasts I did. Same thing, I'm just going to empty that out, give it a couple hits on the side. It's not perfectly empty, but it's pretty close. And I'll screw that back in. The reason it's important to clear this out is if there ever were a fire hazard, it's the chaff, and so this is where most of it collects. Should a spark go down there, you want the least amount to be in there. Plus it's just a pain if it fills too much. So before every roasting session, get rid of the chaff in here, under the cooling tray, and under the drum.